Hello everybody, my name is Moyolu Wanwevo coming to you from Code 5 House of Music and Art, and I'm here again to discuss issues that pertain to music and the music ministry. But for now, I'm going to be dealing with causes of conflict in the choir. You and I know that wherever two or three are gathered, definitely conflicts cannot be avoided, but knowing the causes of this conflict, and also how to resolve it actually helps a long way, So I'm going to be having some points here. I think I have 13 listed here, and I'm open, when I share. We want to learn more because there might be definitely other causes of conflicts in the choir, based on people's experiences and all that might not be in this video. So let me start from the first one. The first one on my list right now is unclear expectations. So what do I mean by unclear expectations? Now, someone wants to come and join the choir. A lot of people, when they come to church and they're seeing the choir singing, with uniforms and all, they say, I like to sing, I like this choir, I like to join the choir, and all. And a lot of them just think that he's just coming for rehearsals and singing, ministering on Sunday, and all. They're getting all the vibes, and they don't know that there's so much work, behind and all, and the expectations required from them. And then some of these people just come, they say, I want to join the choir, and say, oh, welcome, do you know how to sing? Just sing, oh, that's nice, you're welcome. We have a new member in the choir, her name is this, his name is this, and that is all. Then, as things begin to unfold, you start having issues with this particular person. You're not saying the person, like, I'm sorry, I won't be able to come. Like, but you did not tell us. I'm sorry, I don't. Then start hearing the person was not communicated to properly before the person joined the choir. There should be some things stated, to people when they want to join the choir. These are the things, our guidelines, these are the things we believe, these are our expectations from you, as a singer that you want to join this group, you want to minister with the choir. This is your time. You must be able to have time, set aside time. It takes a lot of time, work for rehearsals, and all. Sometimes vigils, sometimes you're having outside ministrations, you might have to travel. It all depends on the choir and all. Everything must be stated openly, and let the person say, yes, I'm in, or no, I am out. Not just encouraging them to come, and you don't communicate properly to them because, I think we need more members in the choir, we need more singers, and this person is a lot of vibe and all. These things causes issues because by the time a lot of things start to unfold, there is no sync between the person and also the group, the choir and all. And you're telling them, oh, sorry, if you come late, you won't be allowed to sing. And the person is telling you, no, it's not possible. I was around yesterday for rehearsals. In fact, I just had to go and get this dress. Sorry, our call time is this. So unclear expectations. Let everyone joining the choir or your group, let them be aware about what is expected of them. We're going to be needing your money, if the case is there. We're going to be needing your time, and all. Let them know when there are unclear expectations. This is one of the issues that causes conflicts in the choir. The second one, I'm going to be needing lack of proper communication. The leaders of the choir should be able to communicate properly to their members. You don't tell A and assume that A is going to tell B. No, communicate openly to everybody. This is it. This is what we're going to be in this week. This is what we're going to be doing for the next 1 month. This is what we're going to do for the next 2 months, and all. Proper communication, not only from the leaders right now, also from the singers. I'm not going to be around. I've said that in my past ethics and all. I'm not going to be around for some time. Communicate with your leaders. They are not spirits to assume that okay, this person is not around for certain reasons. No, you let them know. Communicate properly. I'm sorry, I'll be out of town. I'm not feeling too well. As long as you're not unconscious, I'm not feeling too well. I won't be around. I'm sorry, I'm running late. Something came up, and all. Proper communication from both sides, from the leadership of the choir and also from the singers, from the members. Don't abstain from rehearsals for one reason or the other, or from church, and you assume that they should look for you. It doesn't show any sign of discipline at all. Communicate properly. Proper communication, if that is clear, it helps to reduce conflicts, in the choir. Number 3, I'm going to say now, is personal indifferences. Now, we are all different. Our nature is different, temperament, different and all. You're coming to the choir, it's not a one-man thing. You're going to be having different people. Some choirs are as sometimes some of them are like 100, some people 50, some 10, some 5. It doesn't really matter. Even if we have 3, you might not have people that have the same temperament as you, and everybody, with a different temperaments and all. So you understand that everybody cannot be you. The way you communicate might be different from the other person. The person's facial expression and all might not be exactly the way, So different things. We are all different. So you should be able to give some gap and excuses for people, not excuses for bad behavior. No, I'm talking about that. People's temperament. Not everybody likes to just smile. Not everybody is the kind of person. So if you are the now you love you again, another person is just someone that said hello, different things. Don't just assume that the person is angry with you. The person does not like you. Because the person is relating with you differently. We are all different. The way I react and respond to people might be different from the way you respond to people, and all. So understand that we are all not the same, and we cannot think alike, we cannot talk alike, and all. So when you give that, at the back of your mind already, it reduces the conflicts you have, and the perception you have about people, the opinions you have about people, and we're all different. So you give excuses to the people you're going to be ministering with, singing with, in and out rehearsals and all. Number 4, unclear authorities. The last seminar I was invited for, to talk about this issue, and another speaker came and he talked about something, and he said one of the things, and it is unclear authorities. There's some choirs you find yourself that they have so many leaders. You don't even know hierarchy of this is this person and this is what this person should be doing to the choir. This is this particular person and this is this person's role. The roles are not communicated properly to everybody. So you're wondering if person says, so you're like, who are you to talk to me? Are you my music director? Or are you? And the person could actually be in a particular position to talk to you. So when there are unclear authorities, it causes conflict. So if you're in the choir, you have not more just music director. You have some churches, we have pastor, minister in charge of music, pastor in charge of music. They have choir mistress, they will have music director. And a lot of people don't even know the roles of of all of them, and how there should be clear role placements, and everybody joining the choir should be able to know that we have 3 leaders in this choir. This is the role of this particular person, this is the role of this other woman, this is the role of this man, and all, and everybody is aware. So if anybody approaches you to tell you to do something or gives you something, then you should be able to understand that the person is in the right position to do what? To tell you that at the right time. So unclear authorities causes conflicts. So when you're in a choir, if they don't tell you, I think it should be a responsibility to be able to ask them to say, please, who are our leaders? When you have all those, then you understand. You need to know. And the leaders have to communicate with you. Also, so unclear authorities causes a lot of conflict in the choir. Then another one is abuse of power. And that's basically, coming from the leadership, and when a lot of people just feel, the choir is a place, once you just made you a leader, the choir is a place where you should come and boss people, sit down there, stand up. You should understand that when it comes to the choir, it's not about who is your younger brother, or who is your younger sister, or who is younger than you, or who is older than you, or who is enough to be your grandfather, or enough to be your grandmother. There are a lot of all these Orthodox churches where you will see men and women in their 70s, and they're still coming for rehearsal. So it's not really about age, and all. You should not abuse power. I always tell people, when it comes to leadership, that means you are here to serve the people. You're not here to come and boss people. Leadership is not about bossing people. So we have a lot of people that, in fact, you see some choirs like this, everything is just turned upside down just because there has been abuse of power. I always tell leaders, I said, you're in that position not to come and command people, or not come and just punish people. I'll just wait for them. No, don't abuse the power. It's a privilege given to you by the church and also by God to serve these people. You are there to serve them. If you know you're there to serve them, then you should be able to do better, communicate with them properly. You have sometimes in the choir where you have music directors that are older, way older than most of all the people in the choir. And sometimes you even find people that are even younger, and they're leading people that are older than them. Don't abuse power, whichever position you find yourself. Don't abuse power. You're not there to come and dictate, and boss people. You're there to come and serve. Let people see what your service is. It brings love and all, and not disunity. Some people come for rehearsals, they go back home angry just because of the way their music director communicated to them or the leaders communicated to them. If you're a leader, you're watching me, just know that God has put you in that position, and the church has put you in that position to be able to serve these people. And your position should help people want to even serve God better, not to want to take them away from God, or from service. Some people just say, when it comes to church, when it comes to no, because of their experiences, with leaders, abuse of power. The next one I want to talk about is favoritism. The choir should not be a place where this should come in. No, favoritism, no. Everybody has come to serve God with the gifts and talents God has given to them. You should not, and this also is going back to the leaders, yes, people in authority and all. That shouldn't play out. Everybody should have equal rights. Now, I'm not talking about when you are doing the right thing you're supposed to do based on your abilities, and knowing who to do this. But when it becomes so glaring to people that this person is just very partial, people say very partial, it favors this particular person more than this particular person. Now, I understand the aspect of where a lot of people expect that they are entitled to something. Even though some of the colleagues, I have this experience, they're not even better singers, but they just feel they can sing it better. But the music director knows, or the leaders know, that this person can actually do better than the other person. That is understandable. But there are some times that even when we have other 3 or 4, 5 even good singers that can actually do the same thing, you just decide, to just play this sentiment, this person. Every time it must be this person. Every time it must be this person. What does it do? It actually reduces the passion people have, to serve. A lot of people, they have the fire, the heart burning when they join the choir and all. It just starts diminishing, and all. Before you know, they just come so that you don't even ask, why didn't you come? They just come and just play religion, and all. Their heart is not really there anymore. These are the things that actually causes this favoritism. The next I'm going to talk about discrimination. It's very close to favoritism, but discrimination is certainly because this person is from a particular tribe. I am from another particular tribe. I will just be I would discriminate this particular person. You have an accent, you prefer this other person because of color, and or because of maybe the person's maybe you have someone that does not really have so much, doesn't have money, it's not wealthy, and you're like, this one, let us use all these better people. When we call this one can do it. You should not discriminate. This person has some physical disabilities, and as long as it does not affect the person's service, you should not discriminate. Sometimes you see some people, some people are albinos. Some people say, albino, don't give a microphone to sing. And all. That is what they call discrimination of the highest order. Or you say this person is just way too fat. Packaging. The stage is supposed to be for all sharp people. Sharp. These are discriminations. I said, obvious discriminations. It shouldn't be found in the choir. It shouldn't be found, not even in the church. It shouldn't be found. Not talk about the choir. These things are the things that causes conflict in the choir. Lack of respect is back to part of the abuse of power. Lack of respect. A lot of people come for rehearsals. They come to serve God, and all, and you just see people talking to them anyhow. And people are like, is it because I came to serve God with you people? That's why you decide to talk to me anyhow, and all. People communicate, rudely, with one another and all. It's not good. It causes conflict in the choir. The leadership should be able to state it clearly. People should talk to themselves with so much respect. Respect one another. Whether you are old, respect the younger ones. Whether you are young, respect the older ones. Whether you are the most talented in the choir and you are the most wanted, and wanted and all in the choir. That doesn't mean you should be able to talk to people anyhow. Like, excuse me, I can talk to you and nothing's going to happen to you. In fact, if you don't give me the microphone to sing, the pastor is going to call for me. Lack of respect causes conflicts. You see people go, why? Am I your mate? So I say, am I your mate? Is it because it's not your fault? Is it because I came to God? Because of this lack of respect. Please, when we get, into the choir, rehearsals, if you want to correct people, respectfully correct people. You don't have to be rude to communicate properly to someone to say, you're not getting your part well. What are you singing? You're not getting what do you sing from out? That's what I'm singing. See, communicate with respect when you're talking to people. Communicate with respect. We're talking about another one I'll talk about right now is I think I missed one. Unbalanced discipline. This particular one, a Thai rapper, unbalanced discipline. I believe when you're joining a particular group, and all that, kind of what is expected, from you, and everyone. If you're not going to be around for a particular time, when you are back, you're not going to be ministering for like a week or 2 weeks. If you're not properly dressed, you're not wearing the dress code, and all, I'm sorry you won't be able to minister, with the choir and all. We have these set disciplines already for the whole group. Then when it comes to administering them to people, you now see a lot of people are being biased about it because of the people that are involved in it. It is not good. It's totally and absolutely wrong. Whatever applies to A should apply to B. There is no way around it. Whatever applies to A should apply to B. By the time you discipline this particular person for a particular same reason, and somebody else, B, does the same thing, and you waive it, people can see. They'll just tell you why. But last week, I was not wearing, they said we should wear turquoise, and I actually wore teal, teal. They didn't allow me minister. But now we're wearing the same thing now, and they allowed him. Why? For God's sake, we are all human beings. Nobody wants to be in that position that, they feel cheated and all. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be found even in the church. So unbalanced discipline can cause a lot of conflict in the choir. Somebody talked rudely to someone, to the music director. The person was suspended. Then the other person does it openly and everybody can see that nothing was done about it, and people are waiting and saying, So this one person can be rude to this particular person and nothing can be done. The other person can be. No. Whatever applies to A should apply to B. It should be a balanced thing. And anybody that is not okay with it should not be in the choir. All they cause is what? Conflict. How can you say you're ministering to people and you're ministering unto God and your heart is separated, you're not together? People are angry with the other person. And we're supposed to be standing together to minister because the person feels cheated. Don't allow people feel this can happen happen outside, happen in their office spaces, their offices, organizations, and all. Say, okay, politics. Then it now comes to the church again. It now comes to people that we should all be Christians, and all. Then it now applies there again. It's wrong. Things should be done differently. From the world, because we are Christians. Unbalanced discipline, it's not good. And I know that sometimes that, you have to bend for some reasons, certain reasons, because music directors, sometimes some of them they can see beyond what we can see. Let it be open to everybody. We know that this thing, so person should not minister today for one reason or the other, but because of this reason, communicate properly with them. That is proper communication too. But because of these reasons, we are going to waive it, for this particular person. Let it be open. Let people know the reason why the discipline was waived, and it wasn't waived for the other person. Because we have known that for the past 6 months, this person does not do this. So there must be a reason, and the person said, okay, he had whatever thing. That is why. But the music director or the leader should not feel, well, I'm in a position to nobody has a say. I'm the one that has a say. Whatever I say is final. You don't do that. It is very wrong. If you, whatever I say is final, but you should communicate with the people, because people are not gods, because they are human beings. You know, this particular issue on balanced discipline causes a lot of conflicts in the choir, and it can be very, very messy, and it makes people angry, it makes people discouraged, you know, and all. Please. Then I think I've talked about almost all of them right now, and the last thing I'm going to talk about, which is very important, is prayerlessness. We are Christians, so even though we are singers, a lot of people believe that, okay, your own job is just to do your thing, you know, sing and come and tighten everything and come and minister, you know, on Sunday. Prayerlessness, wherever there is prayerlessness, a lot of all these things, the devil can sow discord in the midst of people. All these things, if we are prayerful, you know, as a choir department, we should not permit prayerlessness. People should know that prayer, in fact, prayer is number one, because that's where we get backing for everything we do. Leadership and all. We should be prayerful. You should not undermine the power of prayer when it comes to our department, because no, singing, forget that thing. What in prayer go do? No, though. When there is prayerlessness, the devil will keep sowing seeds of discord, you know, and all, and these things can affect everything, all the things we'll be talking about right now, you know, and all. Let's be prayerful as singers, as music ministers. We should be spiritual about it. Prayer, yes. Let people tell you are spiritual. Why are you different from the secular musicians? Why are you different from the world? We are different. We are Christians, you know. In fact, it will shock you that even the people you even call secular musicians, they are prayerful. So why should you not be serving in the church and you want to undermine the power of prayer? Prayer is very, very important, and it will help us with a lot of this, you know, things. And I think what I wanted to wrap up with one, bad leadership. I think I talked about it. Where there is bad leadership, once the head is bad, there's really nothing you can do so much. But a lot of people, you know, talk and say, what if it's not in your position, because you're not the one that placed the person there. Most of when it comes to this bad leadership in the choir, everything goes back to the pastorate, you know, the church, the authorities, church authorities, you know, and all. If it is beyond what you think you can do, because who should resolve conflicts in the choir if it's not the leaders? Then if you have a leader or a leader that's bad leadership already, then things cannot be resolved. The church, they are the ones that can handle this. It is not you, you know. So I think the proper way is to communicate whatever is happening to the church. The pastor should be aware to say, and when he hears from one, he hears from two, he hears from three, he hears from four, he hears from five, then he knows it's beyond just sentiments about a particular person, that what's going on in this particular place. I think it should be resolved. Bad leadership from the head can cause a lot of havoc, a lot of conflicts, you know, in the choir. I know definitely based on people's experiences and all, we're going to be having more than what I listed here. I think I just mentioned about 13 of them. Please, I would appreciate us to also drop videos here, comments, you know, the comment section and all. Let me also learn more from other people. Let other people learn also from us. Things that causes conflict in the choir. And if you also want to share your experiences, also feel free. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I remain Muyoluwa Weaver from Code 5, House of Music and Art. Child.